Welcome back to the Gran Turismo Online Touring Series. Back after a brief hiatus of a week or two. We're back here for Throwback Weekend at Circuit de la Sarthe. It's time for the GTO Throwback Race here at this beautiful circuit. 30 minutes to decide who will be standing on top of that podium there later today. As always, I'm joined by Rashad Metz in the booth. Rashad, how you doing today?
I'm doing good today. I'm ready to see what these drivers are going to bring to this track.
The second longest road course on the schedule. This is definitely going to be a fun one. 30 minutes around this place. A pretty long race, but not that many laps. How do you think these drivers are going to handle this race here today?
I think they're really going to really go for it again this race. I know with the package we're driving is going to really cause some close, high-intensity, action-packed racing. So right now this is anybody's race. Drivers been showing some pretty good lap times in practice. So I really feel like these drivers, if they're consistent, they can really put in some work and get some good points today.
And we got some beautiful throwback paint schemes on the grid here today for Throwback Weekend. We saw some being ran last night. Do you have a favorite picked out here today, Rashad?
I'm going to have to go with Trevor Levine today. I feel like Trevor Levine has the car to get it done. He's been one of those drivers that has just been really consistent and really strong on the road courses. So seeing him in the field, you can't count him out ever.
Oh, we got a lot to get through here in this race. So let's waste no time. Let's get it down to the Metz painting grid walk. I'm going to kick us off here. On the pole is the number 24 car of Rashad Metz running a beautiful Dale Earnhardt-inspired throwback scheme. See that Metz painting number 24. A lot of drivers call Rashad Metz the Rashimidator, so he's doing a little intimidator throwback here in the number 24 car. So he's going to intimidate the field here today. He says he's going to race pretty aggressive here. He knows he has the car to win this race here today. He got a podium here last year, but he said he's still looking for that win at Le Mans.
Rolling off second, we have the 06 of Miles Johnson sporting that throwback Harpo Games car on YouTube. Throwback to his original GTO scheme and his original YouTube channel that he had. So it's amazing to see him bring back that bright yellow, green and black car. Looks amazing on track. Had a heck of a qualifying effort today. Puts it in second place on the grid. Last time we came to this track, Miles Johnson did not have the best qualifying effort in the world. And then into turn one, he got spun out. But I guess that was just karma for him cutting the track in qualifying. So.
Rolling off right behind him is Trevor Levine. Trevor Levine finished P2 last year in this race, I believe. He has a throwback inspired by the Jaguar that he ran last year and finished second in points. So look for him to be running up front in that beautiful throwback inspired by the car that he ran last year. Look for Trevor Levine to be strong here today.
Rolling off in fourth position, we have the 8 car sporting a new Corvette now of Nick Collier. He's throwing back to the 8 of Dale Jr. Beautiful scheme that he's sporting today. But as you see, Nick Collier has used his one car switch that each driver is allotted during the season. So he will no longer be driving that Dodge Viper, but now switched over to a Chevrolet Corvette. So our hopes are high for Nick Collier, and hopefully he can get it done today.
And rolling off right behind him is Michael Shoemaker in the number 60 Gran Turismo Online League car. A little old school throwback. Got some old school decals on there. Michael Shoemaker's been in his rookie campaign doing a little some part-time starts here and there in that number 60 car for the driver development program over at Miles Johnson Motorsports. So he's trying to learn some things about road courses. He's been doing pretty good on the ovals. Almost won one at Blue Moon a couple weeks back. Ended up hitting the wall in the final turn. So he's looking to bounce back, gain some momentum here, and learn whatever he can about the road racing circuit.
Rolling off in P last, we have Jalen Bird sporting the Supra. Beautiful car there with the Sega themed, great throwback to Sonic the Hedgehog, a character we grew up playing with as we got older. You see, he was driving the Sonic the Hedgehog helmet, trying to go fast today. So hopefully he can take that Toyota Supra into victory lane.
And that's it for your Metz painting grid walk. Let's waste no time. Get down into it to see which driver can pull it out here at the throwback race at Sarthe. It's going to be a fun one here today. A lot of turns for these drivers to negotiate, a lot of places for mistakes to be made. So who will be the most flawless driver out of all the drivers here today?
Right now, I'm going to keep my eye on this restart. We got to make sure everybody gets off the line okay as we're about to go green. The green flag is waving. Good start by Rashad Metz out in the lead. Gets a nice little gap there. Miles Johnson follows in behind. Nick Collier up to third position, already overtaking Trevor Levine.
Oh.
Here comes Miles Johnson trying to go to the sneak to the inside of Rashad Metz in the corner. Rashad gives him plenty of room. Couldn't quite get it done. Multiple cars
big
wide in the
pack
back.
up behind them, almost 3 wide there for a moment, but now we got a battle going on for the lead here.
Miles Johnson in second place. Gotta love to see Miles Johnson getting better and better each and every week on these road courses, really showing that he has speed to get it done. Will today be his day as he's on the heels, on that rear bumper of Rashad Metz going, beginning the straightaway, the long straightaway that this track has.
The run that they're all getting on the straightaway, all the draft and the way the package is working here. The way these drivers are able to suck up to the car in front as we see Miles Johnson made a slingshot move to take the lead, but here comes Rashad Metz right back to take it back.
Going in there side by side, they're going to negotiate this. Rashad, big slide contact!
Everyone gets pushed out wide.
Rashad drift through the corner. I think he's going to let off the gas to make sure he doesn't get a penalty for track cutting. Looks like he did as Trevor Levine in the pack sucked back up to his rear bumper.
Let's see again what happened exactly there, though. I believe, let's look at the in-car camera of Rashad Metz. I believe a lot of drivers behind. Yeah, you see Michael Shoemaker there. Yeah, he just missed his braking zone, pushed everyone wide.
Well, he is a rookie, so he's trying to learn how to get, used to this road course racing. So, especially with this specific package, he's done have a lot of experience on it.
It's very difficult with this package to know when your braking zone are, because you're going 10 to 20 mile an hour faster in the draft than when you would be running by yourself. So you got to brake a lot earlier than when you normally would.
A lot less drag.
Michael Shoemaker's in the lead now.
Takes the lead, gets some help from major contact between Miles Johnson.
Oh, and he's almost, I believe.
And Michael Shoemaker.
Let's see what happened here. Oh, he got.
That was a complete accident because Miles Johnson was on the brakes. You can see his brakes turning red hot.
See a lot of drivers again pushing and shoving. They were going into that chicane. All that speed they're carrying in there. I believe he got a shot by Metz as well. Just that accordion effect. All these drivers trying to get those cars slowed down. You figure you're going well almost close to 200 mile an hour and got to slow it down to about 50 or 60 to make the chicane. So it's a very technical braking zone. We're 3 wide for the lead there.
Nice line of cars going into this corner. Hard braking zone.
Everyone seems to make it through there all right. Hard battling. The top 5 underneath the blanket. Michael Shoemaker starting to make his way back up toward this lead pack. A lot more interesting racing here than we've seen last year. Definitely see how the change of the cars has affected the racing. Last year we saw the field get way more spread out than this.
Huge pack of cars. Incredible to see these drivers negotiating this very, very narrow track side by side. But a lot of bumpers are going to be used this race is what I feel like is going to be happening. There's a lot of contact already been happening so far in this race. So Miles, you touched on in the pre-race interviews GT7. Just walk us through what you think is going to happen and what these drivers should be expecting, because you've practiced, you put in some laps, you've done plenty of testing on GT7. Can you just give us some differences between Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7?
Well, it's going to be a lot more difficult going into the next season on GT7. It really emphasizes that straight line braking. You can't just full throttle it middle of the turn and you'll spin the car. It's going to take a lot more devotion from these drivers. You're going to have to be a lot more devoted to running this league, because you're going to have to race for hours and hours just to unlock to where you're able to get into the league and race with other people online. So you're going to have to work to unlock that. You're going to have to work hard. You have to buy each set of tires for the car, so that's going to be difficult. So it's going to take a lot more devotion. You're probably not going to see a bunch of rookies and stuff as much. You're going to see a lot more talented drivers making their way into the league, most likely, because they know that they have to put more hours in, and they're more willing to do it than some of the other drivers that just come to have fun on some of the oval tracks.
I 100% agree with you on that statement. I've been doing a lot of testing alongside you in these races, especially at the new Daytona. We're trying to figure that out. So we're trying to figure out Daytona and a couple other amazing tracks, but the way the cars handle is a lot more different. You can't just slam your brakes. You have to really flutter it a little bit, be a little easy on it. You don't want to lock the tires up. So it takes a lot more skill. Straight line braking is more emphasized. You can't just chuck the car as much as you would like to. The car is a lot more responsive. It's not as stiff. So it's going to be a huge learning curve, like you said, to be able to be successful and to be good in Gran Turismo 7. But 3 wide move, Trevor Levine just drives around them like they were standing still. Here comes Nick Collier trying to
second place
for the move. Instead pushes Rashad. Rashad's not going to give it up that easy to the inside of Trevor Levine.
See, they all be able to get it woed up this time for the chicane.
Might get it done.
Whoa!
Some contact. I think Rashad decided to give him a little nudge, trying to move him out the way a little bit, try to get back, regain the lead. Rashad said before the race he was going to drive aggressive, and that Rashiminator scheme, or that Intimidator scheme that he's running right now, he said he's going to be the Rashiminator tonight. Hadn't really seen him much all season, so he's really going to show off that aggressive side that's inside of Rashad that's been lying dormant, that nobody's been noticing. See, looking out of on Trevor's car right now, just checking out how big of a run he gets. Yanks out to the right, pulls out to the right in the slipstream, out of the slipstream. Is he going to get some help? Here comes.
Ooh, almost
Miles Johnson
3
in the
wide
dirt.
there again.
This is where it gets risky. Rashad's diving it in deep. Rashad gets on the brakes nice and early. Don't want to cause any extra conflict than necessary. Nick Collier is in second place. Somebody that we
definitely tell Nick Collier he's been getting better and better on these road courses. Put a lot of practice laps in earlier today. We had an afternoon practice session, which he was second place in. Miles Johnson led that early practice. Of course, Rashad Metz took the lead back in the second practice, as well did Trevor Levine was flirting with the lead a little bit there. But you can definitely tell the devotion in this young rookie in the series. I mean, as you see him now leading the race, he's happy to be here, happy to be racing with these guys, and he loves the competition.
That's what I love about these guys. They love the competition. They like going head to head. They want to race the best of the best, and they want to test themselves and push themselves to the limit. That's what I admire about all the drivers that participate week in and week out. Even if you're not the fastest driver in the world, they want to come out here and they want to participate, and they want to try. They want to push themselves. And I love that. As a 3 wide, almost going into this corner is not where you want to be. You got to really watch where you brake. You don't want to brake on that far left side of the racetrack because it's not even. Your car's kind of going to get tight. You're going to pull off the track due to the banking changes. Rashad's going to try to run down Trevor Levine since he's got a lead, but some bumping and banging there between Nick Collier and Miles Johnson.
Yeah, it's really easy to overdrive those kind of S's in that part of the track because you figure you have the draft, you're going to be going a lot faster if you're behind someone, so you got to be very careful. Ooh, Metz got really loose there, but you got to be very careful not to overdrive that.
Oh, Trevor Levine makes a mistake on the exit of the corner. Can Rashad capitalize on it? Side by side down the front straightaway. Michael Shoemaker's going to try to get a taste. Trevor Levine has put a massive block on Rashad. Rashad's going to try to go for a move. They're going to try to go for the lead.
Leaning on him with the bumper a little bit.
Using that bumper, slides him a little out of the way.
A bump and run. We're side by side for both first and second right now. Let's see.
Is Trevor Levine going to go for it? He's going to chill out, wait for the straightaway, which I think he's going to do. Trevor Levine's on his bumper right now. Incredible racing so far, but Trevor Levine sticks his nose out side by side, down the straightaway.
But look at the run that Nick Collier and Miles Johnson are getting from behind them.
Massive run by those two drivers. Still side by side from those drivers single filing out right now. Rashad's trying to go back to the inside of Trevor Levine, but here comes Nick Collier wanting to save. But here comes Miles Johnson as well, giving Rashad a huge push going in this corner.
Ooh, will they all be able to get it worked out here?
This out, really negotiate it. Rashad manages to get it wound up and grips that inside lane using the curb to turn the car almost. Gets a nice run out of the corner thanks to Miles Johnson giving him a nice push.
Johnson going to look for the lead here yet again as he clears him.
Beautiful run so far by Miles Johnson. This is an incredible race. A lot of give and take. These drivers are being a lot more aggressive, really giving each other the bumper. They want the lead. They want to be out front. The way these cars
are set up and the way the package is this race, it's a lot more forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can easily catch back up to those other drivers, so it creates a lot more closer racing than we've seen here in the past.
That's true. But the thing is, you want to try to avoid being on the far right or the far left sides of the track. It's real dirty and it's real slippery for those cars, like driving on WD Trevor. You know, it's just like driving on a little bit of that forehead grease, so you got to make sure you stay off those right side and also off those curbs, because it's like ice. It's going to loosen your car up and you're going to slip and slide, and that's not what you want.
A lot of tire smoke out there. Oh, what happened to Miles Johnson? Way off the track.
Let's get a replay.
Let's see what happened here going down the straightaway.
I think he had some help.
Fighting side by side for the lead. Oh, got a huge nudge.
Nick Collier.
Nick Collier missed his braking zone and just beanbagged Miles Johnson right into the sand pit. Unfortunate break there. Hopefully he'll be able to catch back up. But we're side by side for the lead again.
You get caught in the sand trap. That's good to see. A sand trap could really ruin your race. Uh-oh. Contact. Bumping and banging.
Side by side on the straights. See if they'll negotiate this turn. Michael Shue.
Oh, Nick Collier just shoots across the track. Rashad had nowhere to go. Trevor Levine gave him a push. Nick Collier has spun out.
Collier
trying to get that car straightened out.
Let's see if we'll be able to get another replay at this. 2 turns in a row. Like we said earlier, Nick Collier. Nick Collier just switched to this car tonight, so he's still having to learn the feel of that Corvette.
He tried to brake in that dirty stuff on the inside of the racing track that we just talked about. It was like ice. It's like his tires just skid. Michael Schumacher hard hit on that wall and exited the corner.
Kind of spread out now throughout the field. Trevor Levine out to a pretty decent sized lead now.
They're going to be able to catch him is the question.
They are starting to draw some. Ooh,
Michael Schumacher major mistake.
Straight off the track.
Those 3 cars up there, I think those are the top 3 in the points so far. You have Trevor Levine, followed by Rashad Metz, followed by Miles Johnson. These 3 drivers are looking for a good points day, especially Miles Johnson carrying that momentum after that win at BB Raceway. I think he really has what it takes to win. Rashad Metz also has a good car as well. This is insane. Usually we don't see more than 1 or 2 fast cars in these Touring Series races at a track, but right now we see 3 cars that are all in contention for a win today. So this is up in the air, and it is definitely anybody's race. But Trevor Levine's in the dirty stuff. His tires probably picked up some of that dirt. He's gonna be able to brake effectively for this corner.
Here comes Johnson in there.
Contact.
But Johnson gets in there 3 wide and clears them both.
Some bumping and banging there by Rashad and Trevor Levine being quite aggressive. Rashad said he is going to the front. He will move you out of the way. So far, he's keeping his word.
Ooh.
Rashad goes wide in the dirt there. But he's still getting a run on Miles Johnson. Trying to get a run. Is Trevor Levine going to give somebody a push, or is Trevor Levine going to go into business for himself and try to drive around? And he does.
There he goes. 3 wide almost. No.
Uh-oh.
Nick
Here
Collier
goes
starting to
Rashad,
catch.
three
Ooh, a
wide.
little nudge there.
Moves Miles Johnson out of the way to set himself up for the corner. Rashad's making a lot of contact tonight.
Ooh.
Being really aggressive. Miles Johnson sliding that Mustang around the first Lesmo. Oh, the first chicane. Rashad Metz is out to another lead. 3 cars battling, followed by Nick Collier and Michael Shoemaker, all gaining on the pack as of right now. These drivers keep battling like this, they're going to have 2 more cars into the mix. Here's a tough corner right here. They're going to sort it out clean.
All of our road course races are timed races and only a 30-minute race. How do you think the races change and the mindset of these drivers? Ooh, little contact there.
Oh, he's trying to go 3 wide. I think Rashad's trying to go 3 wide between him. Miles Johnson said, "Get off of my bumper." And
Miles Johnson
they made
not
contact with each
happy.
other, not happy with each other right now.
Johnson gives him a shot going to the turn and pushes him out wide.
I guess Rashad's paying the price for the aggressive racing he's doing now. But I think he's going to suck it up. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He locked the car down, threw it sideways to try to slow that thing down as fast as possible, kept it out of the sand pit. So great recovery by Rashad, and he's going to run back up to the front and try to get back in contention. And he's bringing Nick Collier with him.
Very aggressive by all these drivers today. Stewards are definitely going to be looking at that between Miles Johnson and Rashad Metz. Both of them showing a lot of aggression. I think they kind of offset each other, though.
Looks like some hard racing, in my opinion. Looks like these drivers are really going after it tonight. That just tells you how heated this points battle is getting between these 3 drivers, that every point matters, every position matters, and they're willing to do anything for that little extra bit of points.
Unfortunately, earlier in this race, we forgot to inform you, but Jalen Bird has had some technical issues with his car. I believe the engine dropped a couple cylinders, so he had to pull into pit lane and call it a day. Unfortunate break for him. Everyone almost makes contact with the wall there, but unfortunate break for Jalen Bird.
Rain in the pits. Going into pit rain, all right. But all these 3 drivers go out wide.
Out wide, using all that runoff area.
Trying to battle for position. I think Miles Johnson's going to try to go for a move in these chicanes. I don't know if that's necessarily smart, but they break perfectly. Miles Johnson stays behind. Rashad gets a nice run through there and is on the bumper of Trevor Levine now. Those 3 cars, that podium right now is looking intense. These 3 drivers can shuffle in and shuffle out.
But
they seem
Nick
untouchable this race.
Nick Collier's been in striking distance of those leaders, so if something happens between these leaders, he's there ready to pounce.
Trevor, give him a bump. Sean might have backed the corner up a little bit, trying to give himself some breathing room for the straightaway.
So do you think the mindset of these drivers is different between a lapped race and the endurance? Ooh, everyone in the grass.
Both drivers off into the grass. Trevor Levine follows him off.
But do you think there's more of a sense of urgency in a time race versus, say, a lapped race? Or, say, like, I know I have this many laps, or, I don't know, this one could be the last lap, depending on when that timer runs out? Do you think that changes how these drivers race toward the end of this thing?
I really feel like it plays a huge factor. We know the amount of laps, you know when you need to go, but when it's that timer, you're focusing so much on racing and battling that you don't really pay as much attention. Oh, Rashad, huge slide!
He saves it! He saves it! What a save!
Incredible save!
Let's watch this again.
Let's get an in-car camera of that after this.
Ooh, look at him. Turn it sideways, turn it the other way, lock the locking, skids her back, going
Turn
straight.
right to go left.
I believe Johnson had another good save too. Let's look at him through the chicane.
There's made some contact turning into the corner. Miles Johnson got sideways out of that contact.
Let's get the in-car from...
Oh, we got some contact from behind. From Michael Shoemaker, I think. But look at him working that steering wheel. Incredible save. Gives the position back. Might have got some, yep, contact from Nick Collier, I mean.
But what a save there. Drifted it through the sand. That just shows the talent of Rashad Metz as a driver.
Incredible racing so far. A lot of bumping and banging, a lot of aggressiveness. These drivers want to go for it today, especially with that timer. You're too busy battling for the battling that you don't really pay attention to the timer. And since these drivers don't have spotters or crew chiefs, they have to do all that managing themselves.
Whoa.
Rashad moves. Trevor Levine out of the way, trying to set himself up for the corner. Rashad has been really aggressive this race, nose to tail. Miles Johnson gives him a huge push mid-corner, and they're side by side on the exit of the chicane. These drivers want every bit of position they can. They want to put themselves in the best position possible for the end of the race. Miles Johnson goes 3 wide. Oh, Trevor Levine gets pushed out wide.
Did he make contact there? Let's take another look at it.
Oh, I think he just got on the brakes just a little too late.
Yeah, a little too late there. He had a very good run going into that corner, but just overcooked it a little bit, which is very easy to do with how fast you're going on these drafts. You're going 10 to 20 mile an hour faster in the draft than you are by yourself, so you got to watch those braking zones.
These corners are very deceiving. They seem like you can brake and make them easily, but they tend to be a lot tighter than the eye can see. So these drivers have to really play it smart, keep that in mind, and know when to push and know how to push. Ooh, big contact between Miles Johnson and
way
Rashad.
through the grass.
I think Miles Johnson got on the brakes a little early there and got some contact. Checked up. I feel like Rashad wasn't ready to brake for the corner yet. And they're side by side almost. Rashad sets himself up for the straightaway.
And
beautiful corner exit.
Oh, Collier goes around.
Spin.
See what happened here.
Oh, Trevor Levine side by side with Nick Collier.
Oh, they get a push from Michael Shoemaker. And
gets on the dirty stuff.
Yeah, on the rumble strips there. It's very easy to spin the car once you get
covered him with that forehead grease. Made him real slick, those curbs.
But you figure you gotta watch. You have to watch these drivers running this close on a road course. Like, oh, Johnson goes off the track. He's into the sand pit as well.
Oh, Michael Shoemaker follows.
3 cars in the same sand pit. Johnson goes around. What happened here? Johnson was getting a push from Metz and just missed the braking zone.
Like
Michael Shoemaker slid in there afterwards.
Like Johnson broke on that embankment part of the track. Went really far to the left there. He might have got some help from Rashad. Rashad's pushed him down the straightaway.
I don't think Johnson realized how fast he was going into that turn. You figure he's getting
another tap right there.
Oh,
I guess there was also some contact too. Rashad's really using that bumper for this race. Miles Johnson goes around.
Looking forward for Michael Shoemaker's car.
Oh, he just overcooked it. Trevor Levine followed him.
Hopefully all these drivers be able to get it back going. Rashad Metz has a decent lead now, a really good lead. See if they're able to catch back up.
If anybody's going to catch him, Trevor Levine is the one to do it. Using all that runoff room, trying to carry as much speed as possible into these chicanes.
Look at Michael Shoemaker up in 3rd place.
Okay, that was
a lot of chicane there.
Take the corner.
I think that's the steward's going to take a look at that. Give him a warning for track cutting.
Miles Johnson seems to be recovering from the contact, but Trevor Levine and these two have been battling. Rashad have been battling hard with every driver.
And
Michael Shoemaker
just goes straight through the other turn, but I think he checked up a little bit afterwards.
I don't think he meant to cut through that corner right there, but they're still battling for the lead.
These two have been going at it all race long. We only got about 10 minutes left in this thing, so that's about 2 to 3 laps. So when do you start making your biggest moves? Because you don't know which lap is going to be the last until it says that it's the last lap because of the timer. Oh, whoa! He gets pushed off the track by Metz!
Rashad Metz told you he was going to embody his inner Rashiminator. And he's doing it. He's making contact, roughing up the guys, showing them that he wants to win this race.
Oh, it gives him the bumper into the chicane, too.
Gets a good corner exit.
And here comes everyone else behind him.
Down the straightaway, really fast. Oh, here's Miles Johnson. He's back. Miles Johnson's back. Goes 3 wide and takes the lead. See, Miles Johnson was one you always want to keep your eye on. Everybody counted him out for road courses, but today he's really showing you that he has speed.
It's been good to see all these different drivers up there leading laps. Michael Shoemaker up there leading. Nick Collier up there leading. A lot of different drivers up there leading that race. It's very great. There's Rashad Metz just all over the track up here in the lead.
Michael Shoemaker sends it in pretty deep.
Trevor Levine goes out wide again and ends up in the sand pit. And he's going to go into the wall. It's been a very a troublesome...
Behind. You see right now we have 2 Metz Motorsports cars on the podium as of right now. This would be a great finish for Nick Collier if he can finish on the podium today. That's the points that he's looking for.
See the bright green car of Miles Johnson up front. You can't miss that one. Harpo Games used to be his old YouTube channel. Now has been changed into the Gran Turismo Online League channel, which was where we post all of our race replays, including this one. So it's cool to see the Harpo Games car back out on track after a long time. You see HGR on the back, on the front bumper. Before it was Miles Johnson Motorsports, back when it was Harpo Games Racing. Just a lot of cool throwbacks here, and it's cool to be. It's kind of crazy to realize that these schemes are being run over 3 to 4 years ago, and how long that we've been racing on this. It's just crazy to think of how much time flies.
Time really does fly when you're having a good time. So these drivers have a lot of experience on this game. Miles Johnson has a lot of experience. Trevor Levine has a lot of experience. Rashad Metz has a lot of experience in this game, and it's incredible to see how far they've come and how quick they've gotten in this game with so much time and so much track time and so many hours put into this game. It's honestly incredible.
This throwback race sure has been an exciting race so far. John's trying to go to that. Oh, he just straight overcooks it and almost goes around.
Gathers it up. Beautiful save. Locks it down, gets it sideways, slow the car down.
See what happened.
He broke in the dirty stuff.
Yeah,
he broke in the dirty stuff.
Overcooked it and unfortunately lost it there. Very easy to do. That's a very difficult braking zone. You got to be careful not to miss that one.
We tried to tell the GTO stewards not to let Trevor Levine race around the track this race because he does leave out trails of forehead grease that makes the track really slick. And you see, we got denied our request, but as you see, a lot of drivers are slipping and sliding on that forehead grease so far. So the stewards, we got to bring that up with the stewards again, with the GTO stewards, because this is ridiculous.
You know what I think it's time for? I think it's time for a GTO crank it up and let's listen to those engines roar. Let's go back from the crank it up there as immediately as we went there, a
Some
lot of
contact.
contact. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Just gotta push from Nick Collar. Everyone goes out on the grass.
Everyone goes wide. Rashad got
Collar
loose
gets
and
the
got
worst of
into.
it.
Rashad went through the sand and got loose and turned Trevor Levine on accident. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to do that.
Unfortunately, Nick Collar lost a lot of time. Hopefully he's able to gather it back up. But let's try this again. Let's try to go back to a GTO crank it up. Some cool shots there during the crank it up. Able to see these cars racing around this track.
If you look at the timing board, Rashad has fell back to 4th position. I think some contact happened during the crank it up, during the through one of the chicanes. He might have made a mistake and got pushed off the track. So let's see if Rashad can regain time. Nick Colley looked like he locked that up and slid straight off the racing surface just now.
But look who has the fastest lap. Michael Shoemaker with a blistering 3-minute and 47-second lap. Not suspecting faith that you'd really see to have the fastest lap here today, but look for him to be running up front if he keeps running some laps like that.
A fast single car lap is a 3-minute and 55-second lap, not 55 flat, probably like mid 55s, but Michael Shoemaker destroys it and gets 3 minutes and 47 seconds because of the package we're running. It's low drag, it's less drag, so you get a huge pull down the straightaways. The high speed down the straightaways are significantly higher than what they usually would be at any other given track. It's not the exact same as our oval package, but it's very similar in the way it drives.
We're getting close down to the end of this timer here, so the next lap looks as though it could possibly be the last lap.
That is very true. It's coming down to the wire, and Rashad is really trying to get up to the front right now.
Let's see. Nick Collier has been having a lot of trouble there. He spun out a couple times now. Back there in 5th. Ooh, three wide for the lead.
Can they sort it out? And they do. Shots to the lead. This is where Rashad wanted to be.
Collier's falling way off of the pace. I think something's broke on that Corvette, the number 8 Corvette. Tough break for him. Let's see if we'll be able to salvage any finishing positions out of it. Michael Shoemaker is starting to come back into the picture there in the far end of the straightaway.
3-car battle for the lead right now. Honestly, this could very well be the final lap of the race. We don't know for certain yet, but it's coming down to the wire. 9 minutes in. This could be the final lap, Miles.
I believe it's going to be.
We have to see when the stewards drop the final
drivers.
lap.
When will these drivers start to make their final moves? Ooh.
Oh, Trevor slides around the corner.
Oh, and Michael Schumacher's gone around, and it's the final lap.
We got the signal from the stewards. We got the signal from the stewards. It is officially the final lap.
The white flag is out. Already making moves as soon as they saw that. Look how aggressive the switch has been turned on. It's go time for these drivers. As soon as you saw that signal come from the GTO stewards, they knew it was time to Ross.
Indeed, it is time to Ross. Really trying to get a huge run on each other, trying to work. Don't want to make a dumb mistake, don't want to make a dumb move, but you want to be fast. Rashad gets a great run through that corner. Takes the lead, but I don't know if that's where he wants to be right now. Especially on this long straightaway.
Trevor Levine going around the outside. Trevor Levine or Rashad Metz battling for the points championship. Only 15 points. They get the preferred lead.
They get the preferred line going into the corner. Trevor Levine clears them both. Trevor Levine up front right now. Is Miles Johnson or Rashad going to have anything to say? Rashad and Miles Johnson are going to battle right now. I feel like they've given up on the potential lead. And they're going to fight between each other because Rashad doesn't want to lose too many points to Trevor Levine in the championship.
Oh, here we go into the final couple chicanes. Will Johnson have anything to say about it?
Miles Johnson might send it into the final corner in the final chicane. Does he? He brakes really late, tries to send it. Goes wide.
Oh, gets
really loose. Parks in front of Rashad. Trevor Levine will win.
Johnson's going to finish second. And Metz is going to come home third. What a race today. Michael Schumacher's going to slide his way.
Slipping and sliding.
Into a fourth place finish, I believe. But what a race here today. Congratulations to Trevor Levine on the win. An amazing finish by Miles Johnson to finish his best finish ever at a road course, finishing P2. But you know what this means? The points lead has only been shortened to 5 points. Rashad Metz now only has a 5-point lead over Trevor Levine.
It's going to get more and more intense coming up to these tracks. There's a lot more shorter tracks on the schedule coming up, so starting to see these drivers get down and get more aggressive, down and dirty. Especially on these short tracks, there's going to be a lot more bumpers being used, so... And if Rashad, I feel like Rashad was just telling everybody, hey guys, it's different what I'm doing here. Imagine on a short track. So Rashad said he has no problem turning up that dial to really aggressive and bringing out that Rashiminator and showing everybody that he deserves to be on track and he will be respected on track. So Rashad's telling these drivers that he will do anything to win. So.
Yeah, but these three you see on your screen right now, those are the ones competing for the championship. Miles Johnson only 15 points out. Last year at this time, he was over 100 points out in 4th place. So he's looking a lot more competitive this year. Maybe he's starting to figure out this road course racing stuff. But we will only see in time. It's been a fun race today. Trevor Levine is your winner of the throwback race at Sarthe. Congratulations to him. And thank you as always for watching the race with me today, Rashad. I hope you all have a great night. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. And thank you for watching as always. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend.